was with God in the beginning, living in eternity, but he chose to be born in an obscure village as a child of a peasant woman. He grew up in another obscure village. He worked in a carpenter's shop until he was 30, and then for 3 brief years, he was an itinerant preacher, proclaiming a message and living a life. He never traveled 200 miles from the place where he was born. He never had a family of his own. He never owned a home. He never wrote a book. He never held an office. He never raised an army. He never did one of the things that usually accompanies greatness. He had no credentials but himself. He gathered a little group of friends about him and taught them his way of life. But children came to him. And one woman did a beautiful thing by anointing his head with an alabaster flask of very costly fragrant oil days before his burial. While still a young man, the tide of popular opinion and feeling turned against him. One of his friends betrayed him and handed him over to his enemies. Another denied him. All other friends ran away. He went through a mockery of a trial, and he was nailed to a cross between 2 thieves. While he was dying, his executioners gambled for the only piece of property he had on earth, his coat. And when he was dead, he was laid in a borrowed tomb by the kindness of a friend. These are the facts of his human life. But he rose victoriously from the dead on the 3rd day and lives forevermore. 20 long centuries have come and gone. Today we stand and look back across the 20 centuries and ask, what kind of trail has he left across the centuries? Jesus Christ is the central figure of human race and the leader of column of progress. I am far within the mark when I say that when we try to sum up his influence, all the armies that have ever marched, all the parliaments that have ever sat, all the monarchs that have ever reigned, put together are absolutely Picayune in their influence, and they have not affected the life of mankind upon this earth as powerfully as has this one solitary life of Jesus Christ. To God be the glory.